My name is Ashley. Let's create content that furthers God's vision. I've been thinking of doing this channel for quite some time because I have this huge love for tech. I have this huge love for video, audio, especially good sound, but then also lighting. And I've been called to a couple of churches here in the GTA last minute to fix their audio routing system, install new boards for them, reroute the lighting just before Christmas. But then I've also set up a couple of studios, especially the latest one I did was Red Pen Logic, Tim Barnett's studio, the original Mr. B. And you've probably seen his content floating around on social media. And I also run this drone company where I do a whole bunch of aerial footage, strangely enough for construction companies. I actually fly around and do progress reports for them. But that has allowed me to build up an exceptional amount of hours. I think I'm rated amongst the top 3% of DJI pilots last year for the amount of hours that I flew. But I get to see things, especially in Toronto, from a new angle and appreciate the beauty from an aerial perspective. Now, my channel predominantly focuses on defending the Christian faith, but I recently gave a talk at Emmanuel International about social media. My thesis explored social media and apologetics, and what is there right now that we can tap into, hone in on, to successfully create an effective social media-based apologetic ministry. So they asked me to come and equip their missionaries on how they can effectively use social media with tools such as this. I also oversee the person at our church who is in charge of social media. So that has really opened my eyes to a whole bunch of inner workings, algorithms, understanding what the algorithm's doing right now, and just staying on top of that. So as I was going through Hootsuite's latest analytics about the last year of how social media is expanding, how it's growing, especially as far as TikTok goes, YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, all the latest forms of short form video content and what's trending, what works, what doesn't work, I was alarmed at the average amount of hours we spend per week on an average worldwide. Especially if I compare that amount of hours to hours that we are consuming anything related to Christianity. And when I mean consuming, I mean like going to church, worshiping, praising, learning, and diving deep into the word. Like if Sunday's your only thing, you're getting an hour, depending on where you live, maybe a bit more, maybe a bit less. The average social media usage per day is 2 hours and 28 minutes. Like that's 17 hours and 26 minutes per week on average on social media. My main question that I brought up at this conference was, what is shaping people's worldview right now? Is it the 1 hour church per week? Or is it the 17 hours that they're consuming on social media? Now that doesn't include TV time. It doesn't include community. It's just people on their phones. Now that number in itself was so alarming that I decided to start this channel in equipping people how to effectively share the Christian message with others, how to effectively use every single second that you have to share the good news that you have within you. I mean, to just use the device in your pocket to try and break into this world of social media where people are spending so much time on. Because how much Christian content is there out there? Not nearly enough. On YouTube alone, in 2022, for every minute that went by, over 500 hours of content was being uploaded. Now I ask you, of that 500 hours per minute, how much do you think was Christian content? I don't know, there's no way to necessarily know that, but I can probably bet there was not a lot. Now, the latest Barna study revealed that the most important thing for Gen Z right now is apologetics. Now, Gen Z want to know why they believe what they believe. Not just if we think it's true. Well, why do we think it's true? And the why questions in Christianity, especially as it pertains to otherworldly things, other world religions, as it pertains to certain things that might seem contradictory to Christianity. How are we responding? And that's where apologetics comes in, right? Apologetics is speaking in defense. It's rooted in 1 Peter 3, verse 15 to 16. Regard the Lord your God as holy, and always be prepared to give an answer for the good news that you have within you from those who ask it, but do so with gentleness and reverence. Now, that's crucial, right? We should be on social media right now generating content and sharing more and more and more, because our worldviews and the worldviews of others are being shaped by what we are consuming. Another stat on Gen Z was that their opinions are very easily influenced. So what is influencing it? The 1 hour of church? I mean, if they don't even go to church, I can bet you the 17 hours that they're consuming only on their phones, only on social media every week is way more effective than one conversation a kid, an adult, or a parent might have with them in passing. I mean, this is just Gen Z. There's a lot of Gen Z out of school as well, right? Then we have the millennials. Like, we need to tap into this, and I really want to drive this home. Use the device in your pocket, share content, find your niche, and let's do this together. Man, let's impact social media in a way that when people open it up, they might see the other world stuff, but then they see the good news of Christ. So go on this journey with me.